ever think that ServiceNow is a boring company?
Oh, hell no.
Like the work that you guys do. Why do you say so? I mean,
Traffic in Bangalore is like AI. It's probabilistic, not deterministic.
everyone is hiring forward deployment.
Forward deployment engineer.
Yeah.
If intelligence was enough, then why did you require forward development engineers? I was a COVID hire, by the way.
Okay.
So as a leader, it was very strange that didn't see anybody for 9 months.
So would you want India to build foundational models from scratch, or would you want like the services idea to continue? Like,
India should build a model, but India does not need to build a frontier model.
Open and Anthropic, they're all building frontier models, they're taking the risks. But like ServiceNow are in a better position right now to reap the benefits of AI.
I would not say that they are taking the risk.
Do you think it is possible now to build something like a ServiceNow from India with live coding? So Sumit, thank you so much for giving us the time. And now that you're coming from Hyderabad to Bangalore, how does it feel? Like, how is the weather like? How has the traffic been like, firstly?
The weather is quite similar right now, actually. It's pretty warm, both cities. Traffic is always... Traffic in Bangalore is like AI. It's probabilistic, not deterministic.
Okay, that's nice. That's a nice way to start. Okay. So I'll come to the AI part later, but how does it feel like when you're like basically heading ServiceNow in India right now? So how does it feel like all these 3 decades of journey that you have in tech? You went to the West and then you came back and now you're here. So how does it feel like? Like what does it take for someone to become this, like Sumit Mathur?
Oh, I don't think it takes too much, but yeah, it's been I grew up in Delhi. I had my education in Delhi. Did my first couple of years of job in Delhi in a very what we would call startup team. Was much ahead from a tech perspective to where the industry was at that time. I got an opportunity to move to US. I spent a decade there working in major telecom organizations. Learned a lot. That's where I got my first break as a people manager, from individual contributor, technical role to people manager. Then moved back to India for personal family reasons.
Yeah.
It's been a while since then, and never looked back. It's been very fortunate to be in India in tech industry at the right time.
Yeah.
To see the growth, be part of the growth,
Yeah.
contribute towards that, and now here in ServiceNow has been like 5 years, and what an amazing journey we have had in last 5 years, both at the company level and more importantly at the India level.
Yeah, I think when you talk about it, like you joined like 5 years back. That's exactly the right. I think 1 year before this AI revolution exactly happened. So you saw it, I think, and then you were heading ServiceNow here. So how did you adopt to it? Like, what was your first thought that wow, AI is here now, we have to adopt?
So when I joined, I was a COVID hire, by the way.
Okay.
So as a leader, it was very strange that didn't see anybody for 9 months.
Okay.
So COVID was one disruption time, but then AI. So for ServiceNow, AI was like when ChatGPT first came about, it was not a revolutionary movement for us. It was incremental step forward. We have been in the business of AI for over a decade. We made an acquisition, a set of acquisitions of companies about 10 years back, and AI was embedded in our product line for years, whether it was for finding the next best action or recommended action paths and all that stuff. And then moved from machine language, traditional models to natural language, NLQs to chatbots and all that stuff. So it inside the company, it felt like next logical step when ChatGPT came about for us. It's just that the pace of change has something like that we have never seen before.
Was it like ChatGPT that triggered it, or was there any customer who came to you sometime later and was like, "Oh, this is like," that is when you realize that aha moment. Now we have to also reinvent a little bit.
So we acquired a company called Element AI, and
Yes.
and that had a set of technology which later on the industry started calling it large language models.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
it was very much built into that. So we have started using that much ahead. What I think the ChatGPT did was it kind of gave the industry that impetus on
Yeah.
on the reasoning part of the AI, which you could do from both feeding the data, getting the reasoning, getting the inference out, and then more about how do you use that capability into your um, enterprise use cases and drive customer and business outcomes. I think that was the impetus.
I remember I was speaking to you, I think 2 years back, and there was some ServiceNow event that happened, and we did an article, and it was titled "Why Everyone Wants to Partner with ServiceNow." I hope you remember. So,
Yes.
why is it like okay? What does ServiceNow exactly do that is different from? I won't take names, but what does it do? Like OpenAI is building models.
Yeah.
Anthropic is also frontier. Microsoft has its own cloud. They
Yeah.
have. So where does ServiceNow fit into the picture? Because it's also not Infosys TCS.
Yes. So ServiceNow was founded 21 years back by a gentleman called Fred Leddy.
Yeah.
And Fred had a vision to build a platform-based company that's open by design, right? And that could basically help the flow of work in any enterprise a lot more efficient, smoother, delightful for both the employees and the customers.
Yeah.
That was the vision, and that continues to be the philosophy of the company. Now, when I say open by design, what it basically means is ServiceNow can connect to any application in your enterprise, connect to any data,
Okay.
bring the data in, make sense or contextualize it for your business or business use case. It can run on any hyperscalers. It can use any of the AI models. It can be triggered or invoked from any of the experience layer, web, mobile, voice, etc. for any industry, for any workflow in an enterprise. We believe that we are the operating system for enterprises. So we run about 100 billion workflows in close to 90% of the Fortune 500 companies. People know us from as an IT service management company.
Yeah.
But that's because we are a victim of our own success. When Fred built this platform, he needed a use case to demonstrate the power of the platform.
Yeah.
And IT service management just happens to be the first use case that was built on. And we became the victim of our
Who
success.
would you say is the closest competitor in this sense then?
So our CEO, Bill,
Doesn't
continues
like
to
the
say,
word competitor.
yeah. Right. It's not that he doesn't like the word competition. He basically says that we don't have any competition because we have partners.
Exactly.
So, for example, like if you're talking about IT, there's a certain set of companies that we would compete with. But those companies don't exist or do not have a presence in, let's say, our HR set of product lines or our CRM set of product lines. Companies that are in HR set of product lines do not have a plain IT or CRM or finance or data. So it's very different for us in the sense that because we are that operating layer for enterprises, we play in various different parts of the portfolio, and depending on which part of the portfolio you're talking about, we may have partners or we may have competitors.
Makes sense. So I have one or two questions here. So when you're saying that, for example, a customer says that, what is the status of my bill payment? So is this something that we are doing after the advent of LLMs? I mean, you were using LLMs before that as well, because this sounds like a very AI type of a solution.
No.
So what do you think?
No, this is not an AI type
Okay.
solution. So let me tell you, right? I think what has happened is with LLMs, there's been a lot of focus around intelligence, right? And every second week, there is some LLM that claims to be at the top spot,
Yeah.
right? So in my mind, intelligence has outpaced execution. Let me repeat it. Intelligence has outpaced execution. And by that, what I mean is for businesses need more than intelligence.
Yep.
They need data, and data needs to be coming across multiple silos of the organization. That data needs to be then contextualized into that business process, then fed to a reasoning engine. Because the better the context that you provide to a large language model, the better inference you get out.
Yeah.
So once you get that intelligence, What do you do out of that? The models can think, they can't act. So for that, you need a workflow orchestration platform. When you do that workflow orchestration platform, so you started with data, you're able to contextualize it, then you're able to give it to a reasoning engine to get the inference. Then you have to act on it. For act, you need workflow orchestration, but you have to do this all within the security and governance framework that you define. Right? And when you're able to do that, then you're able to get to a measurable business outcome. So intelligence is definitely something that, a very good example is, now you see in the last few weeks, almost everybody has started their AI services company. Right? All the large language models have done it. Microsoft recently announced, Amazon recently announced.
Everyone is hiring forward deployment
engineer. If intelligence was enough, then why did you require forward development engineers to understand, go to enterprises, understand the business process, embed inside it to make it work? So hence, the ServiceNow is more to your previous question, is having that intelligence, sense that, decide, act, and govern that, so that enterprise can really get value out of the data and the intelligence that they have.
Is it like, if we can say that OpenAI, Anthropic, they're all building frontier models, they're taking the risks, but ServiceNow and companies like ServiceNow are in a better position right now to reap the benefits of AI? Because of that long pipeline of customers and all these years of experience.
I would not say that they are taking the risk, right? So
not risk, as in research and development and all that.
So so if you look at it, right, there was a recent paper by Google, and they basically, that paper basically said that the effectiveness of an agent is equal to LLM plus hardness. Right? And you could get a significantly more correct or accurate response from a mediocre model if your hardness is much better. And by harness, what you mean is the instructions or the prompts that you feed into the model, the examples that you give to it, the tools that you use, MCP tools or whatever that you use, the orchestration that you provide between those tools, and the governance that you put on top of it. Right? So all that and much more kind of makes us harness. So the better the harness that you provide, which comes from your understanding of your business, the context around it, what use case you are trying to drive, right? And you combine that with the large language model, you get the more effective, right? The value of the future value in technology industry is probably going to be much less on the intelligence and the model part, but it's going to be much more on the orchestration part. The technology is moving from intelligence to orchestration of intelligence.
Is there any prediction or anything that you think of a lot that maybe excites you and also maybe brings a fear inside you about where things are changing so fast? Like 3 years back, we saw ChatGPT generating text. Now people are vibe coding. Now they are agents. And so is there anything that scares you or maybe excites you, or both the things?
I think what excites me is, or I think it's the same, excites and a little bit apprehension, is on the art of possibility.
Again, there's a quote. Okay.
The reason I say art of possibility is because, right now, if you look at the industry, we are using the power of AI or these reasoning engines to automate tasks, whereas their real power lie in reimagination. Right? And we are seeing that enterprises who are going to be successful today and tomorrow are not the ones who are going to be automating the past, but who is redefining their business models and redefining the processes inside their in their organizations. So we are using too much of AI in just automation right now, and much less on reimagining the art of possibility.
So when we say about this reimagination, I always come back to all these Indian IT giants. I mean, they keep talking about we have to reinvent ourselves. We are now investing so much in AI. Do you think the pace of that change or that adoption of AI is fast enough right now in India, especially these services companies?
So I think that when you talk about pace of adoption, it's actually much slower across the globe, right? The maturity index, and we service at ServiceNow, we do this survey annually. We call it AI Maturity Index,
Yeah.
and the India always comes up in one of the top countries on the maturity of the
Okay.
of AI, and the reason for that is because we are a younger demography. We are much more palatable to adoption of new technologies, etc. But I think we have all seen this, that's so easy to do POCs, it's so harder to get to the production,
Yeah.
right? And one of the reasons why production is hard is because uh, people spend much less time thinking through the use cases and the business problems that they will take live and what will it mean. Then um, there is there is for AI to succeed, you got to pay as much attention to what I call the non-glamorous side of AI,
Exactly. Yeah.
right?
The
Which
boring side.
the boring side of
Yeah.
AI, which is both around people, process, data, workflow,
Do you ever
security.
think that ServiceNow is a boring company?
Oh hell no!
Like the work that you guys do.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
So why do you say so? I mean, if you go into the news, we always hear OpenAI, Anthropic. In Europe, we see Mistral. In India, we right now we're talking about Servam, BharatGen. ServiceNow, when it comes to we don't hear much announcements. I know about this AI maturity index and everything, but that buzz is not there. Do you think there's a reason?
You have to separate out the buzz and the noise from what's happening on the on the enterprises, right?
Yeah.
The buzz is always more around what appeals to consumer and the market,
Yeah.
right? And not necessarily. So the buzz is typically right now more. All the names that you sent is about large language models.
Yeah. Yeah.
So buzz is mostly around a model right now,
Yeah.
not the outcome. So if you look at analyst papers and things like that, like for example, Gartner, uh, there was a Gartner study that basically said, like, not only the AI adoption is slow, but 40% of AI that is adopted by 2027 will fail.
Okay.
Not because of lack of data or intelligence, but because of lack of governance controls.
Okay.
And those are real metrics. Those what we see in enterprises. A Fortune 500 company, their board or the CEO is not gonna bet their business on what's hot in the news today.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, the pace at which these models keep releasing, everyone is always switching, and it gets very expensive. Plus, we're also now talking about tokens a lot.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So, where do you see? I think Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang said that we have to now do token maxing. Everyone will have specific amount of tokens, and so where do you see that going forward, or internally at ServiceNow as well?
Yeah. So I think there is definitely and more awareness about the cost of AI among the customers and the CEOs and the board. But it's not about the customers don't ask, hey, what is the cost of a token for this use case? The question is about how do I get the value or ROI by implementing this AI capability, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Which has always been the question in the past as well. Like, what do I get by using this tech, right? So that question continues to stay, and it's worth answering that question for anybody, whether you're in technology or business, because technology needs to be in the service of mankind or humankind, but not other way around. Internally in ServiceNow, like for example, we build products, so all our engineers use AI-assisted code.
Okay.
And all the tools that we use.
Is it completely built internally, or are you using something like
No, we use like we use Cloud Code, we use Windsurf, Devin, all.
Is there any favorite?
For me, well, it's Claude Code is right now everybody uses
Yeah.
internally as well, but it's more about judicious use of that.
I was talking about this adoption and the Indian angle earlier. So one of my friend, he works in at Microsoft in Hyderabad, and he was looking to switch for some reason, and he was looking at Meta, and then he eventually joined Salesforce. So when he was looking at these roles, I suggested him that the ServiceNow is also a good company. So he researched and he was like, no, maybe I would want to join somewhere else, build products. Do you think there's anything that we can change about the Indian mentality when it comes to ServiceNow and the idea they have about the company? Because I know we are doing a lot, but why do people not hear about ServiceNow so much in India?
I would not say that people don't hear. Like
Yeah.
the number of resumes or job requests that we get for every open published role is huge.
Yeah.
So and we have been one company that has um, uh, that has grown multifold, both from a headcount perspective,
Yes.
revenue perspective, and also the quality and the of work that we do out of India.
Yeah.
So one of the data points that your audience may not know is that about half of the global product development for the company happens out of India. So, and it's not only about the work that gets done out of here, but it's about what is that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was also something announced that you're training 1 million Indians.
Yes.
in AI.
So
Yeah.
one of the things as being a responsible organization is that what we are doing is we have committed to have 1 million learners proficient in AI technology by 2027 in the Indian ecosystem.
Yeah.
And we are well ahead in that path to meeting that target.
So I had written this question. I want to ask you this. So if a CEO or a company comes to you and says that I have 100 crores rupees to spend on AI, what would you not want them to spend it on?
I would first, so I'd first ask them bunch of questions.
Okay. What
Like-
would be those questions?
Like what was like the set of questions are like, what is your business priority? What outcomes are you trying to drive? For what user persona? For what kind of customers? And what exists in their organization today? Are they ready to adopt AI or not? How prepared they are, whether it's the readiness around their data, their risk and governance model, their current process that they use, their how skilled their employee base is today to and do change management around adoption of AI. So there's a bunch of things that we kind of talk to our customers before we kind of go out and sell the product to them or educate educate about the capabilities to them. I'll do the same, right? And like you have to before you adopt a new technology, you got to be ready for that technology.
If all these AI agents are coming into the picture and workforce, what happens to the current workforce and where do you see this going 5 years down the line?
Oh, I'm a optimist about it.
Yeah, me too.
Right? So
That's why I'm not going to say the
there
L
is-
word.
yeah. So there's a lot of this question typically comes with a sense of pessimism, but
Yeah.
I'm not right on that. So there's apprehension, and it's real and it's probably rational for people to feel. But I think what I said before, the from generation of let's say code or work, etc., it's moving to problem definition and validation and judgment.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the new craft is, and that's where humans need to spend more time on. Right? Are we solving the right problem and applying their judgment and value system to validate what the work is, what work got done? And there is so much mundane and repetitive work that each one of us do in our day-to-day life that if that gets automated through AI, it will free us up to do a lot more creative and strategic work that we don't get time to do today. And so that's one. The second piece is when internet first came in, you couldn't imagine that there will be a whole new set of jobs that will be created because of that,
Yeah.
right? Like whether you talk about social networks or you talk about content creators,
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Social media managers.
Social media managers,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, like for example, somebody sitting in rural India now can sell their artifacts and things like that on Amazon or anywhere else now,
Yeah.
which didn't have access to. So internet gave us ubiquitous access. AI is going to give us ubiquitous intelligence.
Yeah.
Now it's up to humans on what do we do when we have ubiquitous intelligence. I won't be surprised within years we could have a large language model or of today's capability running on my watch or your smartphone.
Do you have a job that you would want to do if you were not here right now? Maybe that is safe from AI. I like a dream job. So I asked someone and they said they wanted to be a teacher and they wanted to. So is there anything like that for you?
Yeah, so
But
I
you
think
have to keep AI in the picture, something that AI won't be able to do.
yeah, so I think I love to mentor people and I love to mentor startups and give them advice and things like that. And I think advice is something that uh, is best kept to humans if they have the right level of experience, etc.
Yeah.
Because yeah, AI is only as good in giving advice as the data and the context you provide, and it's not always easy to have that.
What do you think is the safest job from AI?
I wouldn't try to frame my mental space on what is safest from AI. My mental head space would be more around what value and judgment can I apply that is more humane uh, on the output of the AI, so we drive better outcome. If there is a tool or technology that can help me do my job better,
Yeah.
why not use it? Why run away from it?
That is true. Okay. But if you had to build something, what would you like the advisor, AI advisor that you have? What advice would you give to someone who's building right now?
I would say that anybody who's trying to build something right now needs to focus more on what problem they're trying to solve, for what industry, for what user persona, right? And what is something that don't build something which tomorrow a large language model can do.
Okay.
So, for example, when Claude Legal came out,
Yeah.
it took a whole bunch of startups out of the picture.
Yeah.
Right. So don't try to do something that has a very small moat,
Yeah.
and a reasoning engine can do it.
Do you think we are a five group of engineers or friends sitting in maybe a tier 2 or tier 3 city in India, if they get like 100 crores or 1000 crores something, do you think it is possible now to build something like a service now from India with vibe coding?
Through vibe coding, no. And the reason for that is because you can't go and tell a Fortune 500 CTO that your business is going to be run on a vibe coded application. And the reason for that is not that the code will not be good. The reason for that is because it doesn't capture the data, the business process, the 20-year decisions that you have made and why you have made the decision, and everything that and can lead to a better inference.
Yeah.
So that experience that is not there. So that's why the importance of the fact that 100 billion workflows get run annually on our platform, that intelligence that gets generated, it's hard to replicate that.
So yeah, so with those are all the most important questions. I have some fun questions as
Sure.
well to ask you. So is there any AI prediction that you would make that the boardroom will get nervous about? Maybe a crazy idea that you have. You don't know how people will perceive it.
The boardroom will get nervous about. Yeah, I think the one thing that I love to challenge customers is like you have a concept of dark factory.
Okay.
Where everything is robotized and you don't need lights for humans to work on. Could they conceive that their enterprises can be run by just 100% agents.
So, what's your most reasonable AI prediction?
Unreasonable?
You have to reason for that. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not no longer. I mean, I truly believe that we'll have unicorns with one person running it, right?
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
but because I think you could do a lot of work through AI agents and things like that. I also think that the way models are getting commoditized and the way the hardware cost is going to come down. We've seen it every time with Moore's law and everything. It's going to
Yeah.
happen here also. And the open source models are getting so close to
Yeah.
frontier models, right? That very soon we will have LLMs running on smartphones and watches and things like that,
Yeah.
and being able to really become your digital twin.
Yeah.
Right? So all of this is, for me, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I think that will really happen. Very.
I wanted to complete this sentence when it comes to the AI field. I know this sounds crazy, but
I know this sounds crazy, but there'll be a time not far away when each one of us will have a digital twin talking to just like this.
so we would not need to do. Okay.
We may not be needed.
Okay. Okay, Sumit, the last segment is just a rapid fire, just one or two
Sure.
word answers. So, I mean, this first one is a little problematic. OpenAI or Anthropic?
In what terms? Like if I'm looking at generating code, I'm going to do Anthropic because the cloud code. But if you're asking for general reasoning or more ubiquitous, right?
Right.
And OpenAI could be the answer.
That's a nice answer. Okay, I'll change that a little bit.
Okay.
Sam Altman or Dario Amodei?
Both are interesting personalities. Both are very interesting.
I know you can't say it as well. Even I wouldn't choose. I would say Elon Musk.
I'll say Bill McDermott.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is that. Okay. One skill every engineering graduate should learn right now.
Validation and judgment.
One AI tool that you use every day apart from ChatGPT.
Oh, I use Claude. I use Gemini. I use OpenAI. All three of them.
One AI buzzword that you think should be banned.
There are lots of buzzwords that I would like to ban: digital transformation, innovation.
One trend of AI that you think everyone is underestimating.
Reimagination. I think everybody's too focused on automation and not going to first principle thinking and deciding how we can reimagine this business process. Source to pay, order to cash, employee onboarding, whatnot. Right? There is lots of opportunity to reimagine the business process, business models, how we work, everything.
So this one is a little nuanced. So would you want India to build foundational models from scratch, or would you want like the services idea to continue, like import intelligence from outside and apply here?
No, I think India should build a model, but India does not need to build a frontier model. India needs to build the cheapest accepted model that drives outcomes for India.
Okay.
And not necessarily always the most expensive frontier model is needed to drive the outcome that you are trying to drive.
Okay, I have to ask, but why do you think we should not build frontier models? Do you think it may be like for the security issues, maybe?
No. I'm not saying what I'm saying is we should build the cheapest acceptable model.
Okay.
Not necessarily get into the frontier model race. And the reason for that is this finite amount of money everybody has.
Yeah.
Like instead of spending all the money trying to build a frontier model, you build the cheapest acceptable model, and then use the rest of the money to build data centers, GPU purchases, applications on top of it. There's so many use cases that are so relevant for a country of our size and scale, for citizen services, for everything else, that I think we need to kind of distribute the pie across it rather than this fixation to be building the best frontier model.
So if ServiceNow didn't exist from tomorrow, where would you join? In India, any favorite company?
So, well, I'm sure if ServiceNow doesn't exist From tomorrow, they'll probably exist with a new name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you will start that. That is also possible. Okay, so one last question before I let you go. So if we go to 2035 and you're looking back at this conversation right now, which answer do you think will age the worst
Which age the worst?
and also will age the best?
I think there's a good probability. The fact that we talked about that Gartner is saying that 40% of AI adoption will fail, there's a good probability that we look back and say that didn't happen because
Yeah.
because people became aware of it and solved for it, right? So AI adoption will move at a much faster pace.
Yeah.
Right. And the age the best is that people are going to spend more time not thinking of automation, but reimagine everything that we do.
Okay, on that note, Sumit, it was lovely talking to you and thank you so much for giving us the time.
Absolutely.
I
Thank
hope
you very much.
enjoyed the conversation as well.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Let's do it again sometime.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.